Air Commodore Sir Frank Whittle, OM, KBE, CB, FRS, Han Fraz was an English Royal Air Force engineer air officer. He is credited with single-handedly inventing the turbojet engine. A patent was submitted by Maxime Guillaume in 1921 for a similar invention, however, this was technically unfeasible at the time. Vice Admiral Forrest S. Peterson was a United States Navy aviator and test pilot. Elmo Russell Bud Zumwalt, Jr. was an American naval officer and the youngest man to serve as Chief of Naval Operations. As an admiral and later the 19th Chief of Naval Operations, Zumwalt played a major role in U. Edwin Powell Hubble was an American astronomer who played a crucial role in establishing the field of extragalactic astronomy and is generally regarded as one of the most important observational cosmologists of the 20th century. Edwin H. Simmons was a United States Marine Corps Brigadier General. He was a career officer who served in combat during 3 wars, so including landing at Incheon and fighting at the Chosin Reservoir in the Korean War. Edward Latimer Beach, Jr. was a highly decorated United States Navy submarine officer and best-selling author. During World War II, he participated in the Battle of Midway and 12 combat patrols, earning 10 decorations for gallantry, including the Navy Cross. General Earl Edward Anderson, the youngest active-duty Marine ever promoted to the rank of general and the second active-duty Marine naval aviator to be promoted to a 4-star rank, became Assistant Commandant of the Marine Corps on April 1, 1972. David Rockefeller is an American banker and philanthropist who served as Chairman and Chief Executive of Chase Manhattan Corporation. He is the oldest living member of the Rockefeller family and family patriarch since July 2004. David Howell Petriusau is a retired American military officer and public official. He served as Director of the Central Intelligence Agency from September 6, 2011, until his resignation on November 9, 2012. Colonel David Haskell Hackworth, also known as Hack, was a highly decorated United States Army soldier, having received 24 decorations for heroism in combat during the Korean and Vietnam Wars. Hackworth is known for his role in the creation and command of Tiger Force, a military unit formed during the Vietnam War to apply guerrilla warfare tactics to the fight against Vietnamese guerrillas. David Charles Jones was a U.S. Air Force general and 9th Chairman of the Joint Chiefs of Staff. Charles L. Woodchuck Yeager is a retired brigadier general in the United States Air Force and record-setting test pilot. In 1947, he became the first pilot confirmed to have traveled faster than sound. Louis Burwell Chesty Puller was a United States Marine Corps Lieutenant General and one of the most decorated members of the Marine Corps. Puller is one of 2 servicemen to ever be awarded 5 Navy Crosses. Carroll C. Elliott is a retired Army officer. Buzz Aldrin is an American engineer and former astronaut, and the second person to walk on the Moon. He was the lunar module pilot on Apollo 11, the first manned lunar landing in history. He set foot on the Moon at 3:15 and 16 seconds on July 21, 1969, following mission commander Neil Armstrong. George Everett Bud Day was a United States Air Force colonel and pilot who served during World War II, the Korean War, and the Vietnam War, including 5 years and 7 months as a prisoner of war in North Vietnam. Air Marshal Sir Brian Edmund Baker KBE-CBDS-OMA KFC was an officer of the British Royal Air Force who served in both World Wars. He was a flying ace in World War I, credited, in conjunction with his gunners, with 12 victories, comprising 1 enemy aircraft captured, 4 destroyed, and 7 out of control. Jaren Yen was a Norwegian pilot and military officer. During World War II he played a central role in building up the Royal Norwegian Air Force in Canada and the United Kingdom. In 1929, Yen received the King's Medal of Merit in Gold. William Billy Waugh is a retired American Special Forces Sergeant Major and Central Intelligence Agency paramilitary operations officer who served more than 50 years between the U.S. Army's Green Berets and the CIA's Special Activities Division. Bhumibol Adulyadej is the King of Thailand. He is also known as Rama IX, as he is the 9th monarch of the Shakri dynasty. Having reigned since June 9, 1946, he is the world's longest-serving current head of state and the longest-reigning monarch in Thai history, serving for 68 years, 310 days. Bernard William Rogers was a United States Army general who served as the Chief of Staff of the U.S. Army, and later as NATO's Supreme Allied Commander, Europe and Commander-in-Chief, United States European Command. Benjamin Benny Gantz was the Chief of General Staff of the Israel Defense Forces. Admiral Ben Morial was the Chief of the U.S. Navy's Bureau of Yards and Docks and of the Civil Engineer Corps. Best known to the American public as the father of the Navy's Seabees, Morial's life spanned 8 decades, 2 world wars, a Great Depression and the evolution of the United States as a superpower. Barbara E. McGann is a retired Rear Admiral. Lieutenant General Albert Patton Clark was the 6th Superintendent of the United States Air Force Academy near Colorado Springs, Colorado.